Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dog himself. And listen, I got a awesome $10,000 grant for you guys. It's for small businesses from a company, KKR, and it's the Small Business Builders Grant. Awesome opportunity for small business out there. They got some a few criteria that they have, and and they it's actually a grant they're going to be awarding a couple more times this year, and they're taking multiple, giving out multiple awardees. So. Um, Real excited about giving you guys this information on this grant. Now, listen, before we get started, again, I'm going to introduce myself as Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dog himself. Mr. Short Dog will talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. But to stay updated with all the great information we have on Mr. Short Dollar and all the upcoming information we have, I need you guys to subscribe to the channel and hit that dollar sign in the bottom right hand corner. All right, let's rock and roll. Give you a little background information about this company. Again, this is KKR and that Small Business Builders Grant. Okay, three key things that this grant is looking to provide is number one, access to capital. What they're giving out a $10,000 grant, technical expertise, where they offer technical support to small business owners to arrange and mentoring and coaching programs. And thirdly, that network support, where they have connections for different small business network of resources and thriving online community throughout the parts of Hello Alice. And Hello Alice is like a nonprofit hub that provides different businesses and business potential entrepreneurs opportunities and access to each other as far as getting different lending and grant information. Okay, now just scroll down here to give us a little more background information in regards to the company. Just give you guys a little eligibility information. Move my little big head up here a little bit. Booyah. There we go. Little quick eligibility information. The company must have between 5 and 15 employees, make less than $7 million in revenue, and demonstrate the need that they are in need of the funds. Okay. You got to have a strong plan of moving forward, and a lot of this information is given on the application. I'm going to walk you guys through that as well. And you must be in good standing with IRS or local regulatory body. Okay. Like I said, more information, what is eligibility requirement, will visit on the application page. Next, I want to go to the actual application. Right here, guys, the actual application. And, it's more little background information in regards to what's going on with the grant. Couple things I do want to let you guys know. The first deadline, uh, the next one is coming up where we're at right now is round four. Missed the previous already rounds, but right now we're at round four. The deadline is April 30th. And then the next round, the deadline is June 2nd. You'll be notified 30 days after that deadline. Okay, 30 days afterwards, they'll let you guys know. And the number of people that will be awarded the grant is solely determined by the amount of or the need for the actual money and the amount of funds they have available. Okay, but you guys need to hurry up and get on top of this because again, the next round ends April 7th, and the second one, then the one after that, which will be the fifth round, fifth and last round, be June 2nd. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to the application, and it's just pretty much background information. This is all optional. If you actually knew somebody from KKR and you was referred to them, and it's just easy background information, name, contact info, phone number, email address, gender identification. Okay, and most of this stuff is probably just done just for their records and for them to have for their logs, different things like that, military affiliation. Do you identify LGBTQ, age range? Most of them probably, like I said again, probably just stat information for that company. We'll get to this section right here, which is company information. This is where we get to the nitty gritty with everything. Guys, before we get started, I really want you guys to take in mind, to take heed of what I'm about to go over, because this is one of the key things with these grants. People are applying for these grants and they're putting generic answers down. And because you're putting generic answers down, that's why you're getting generic results. Okay. So when we go through some of the questions that they ask, I want you guys to make sure you give um, uh, full and complete sentences and sentences that are thought out in regards to what they're looking for. Okay. What they're looking for. Right. So, like I said, we get here, we're looking at what that's for company name, website. If you have no website, put in a. It will behoove you to try to go get you a $10 GoDaddy domain and try to put you some kind of website together. It just helps with branding and selling it in regards to what's happening. And it isn't. a deal breaker because they do say you put non-applicable if you don't have a website. But I think it's always a great thing to have in regards to just, you're leveling the playing field and give yourself opportunity to be seen. And it helps with also just remember, once they get all this information from you and all the other applicants, what they look at is from a process elimination standpoint, who has the actual required information. Then from the required information, let's start checking out who's missing certain things, who doesn't, who has, who doesn't, who looked the best. Okay, so we want to try to make sure we have as much of the things that they're asking for. Yeah, your company's founded, it's U.S. based, U.S. based only. That's for your nine-digit tax ID number. Guys, always, people have the idea, and I don't know for sure if it's the case here, that because you get a grant, it's free money. Yes, it is. You don't have to pay a grant back. But most grants in your 1099 at the end of the year, you have to pick it up as taxable income. So that's something you guys need to be very aware of. Okay, you're gonna get the money, but you understand you got to pick it up as income as well. And this is a $10,000 grant. Okay, address here. Here's a question right here. Please share a brief description of your company, including the products and or service you offer. Max 150 words. Keep in mind, guys, we want to make sure whatever we put in, we're being very descriptive, very detailed, with a max of 150 words. But also make sure you spell check everything that you do. Okay, select your company's industry. Get on here. You have the different industries that they have listed. Just put your company's industry there out. And if other, I'm sorry, I'm about to went down too far. Ask you the entity of the company, so proprietor, general partnership, LLC, C corp, S corp, other. If other, how's it being structured? How many employees do you have? Must be between 5 and 50. Please include full time, part time, and contractors. This is very key, guys, because if you're dealing with a startup and you got like at least 5 contractors, you at least make the criteria. So, but again, they're not limited to anything where they're saying if somebody's a W-2 employee or not. They're saying full time, part time, and contractors. You just need to have a minimum of 5. So make it happen on that side. What percentage of your team is from a historically underrepresented group, including but not limited to women, people of color, military affiliate, persons with disabilities, or LGBTQ. I always book it up. I'm sorry. And then you put in what percentage of your team is part of that. There you go. Another criteria, remember, you couldn't be more than $7 million, no less than $7 million, I'm sorry, than $7 million in revenue. So there you go, right here. If you made over $7 million, you are eligible to apply for this grant. Which of the following is best? Has been the greatest help to your business? There you go, right here. Pick one of those. It says elaborate on the greatest help to your business in 2 sentences or less. Keep in mind, whatever you pick here, they ask you to substantiate it right here. So make sure you think. Make sure you can answer that for each one of these you pick, any one of you pick. You can give 2 great responses for that. Okay. What is the biggest challenge to your business right now? They got a couple of items here. I'm pretty sure they want you to get support. No, there you go. 2 supporting sentences to elaborate on that. Again, guys, I need you guys to make sure you're thinking real clear on these answers. We don't want, you know, times have been hard. COVID-19 wiped me out. Let's put some real detailed sentences in regards to this application. Again, we're implying these grants, when everything's equal and everybody's turning in the right information and all the specific documents, they're going to go through that process elimination, try to find things that you don't have or things that are too vague to do it. So, okay, we don't want to give them any reason to turn your application away. Next, you have the right here. What do you turn? I'm sorry. Where do you turn for business help and resources? You tell them tired of that. I'm just misreading everything. You can see Chamber of Commerce, industry specific associations, business support organizations. And so, you just pick which ones you want. Here, number 37. How have you pivoted your business and adapted to the impacts of COVID-19? Select all that apply. So again, we sit here and look at different items, use resources, provide PPE, sanitizer, adjusted and launch new products. Any kind of way that you had to pivot or make any kind of subtle changes in response to COVID-19, make sure you put it there. And then here we go again. Elaborate on how have you pivoted and adapted your business to COVID-19 in 200 words or less. Guys, you gotta think. Make sure you put something in there. Just like the basic skills you learned in elementary school, how to set up your in the scripted paragraph. You kind of frame it out, but make sure you're putting in good. You're selling something. You're putting in some good information there, so they can kind of visualize what's going on, what kind of changes and adjustments you had to make. Here's a solid one. How would a $10,000 US dollar grant enable your business? Okay, here's the deal. Don't just say it's going to help me out a lot. It's going to make my dreams come true. Let's give a good, thought out reason, and not just read how you're going to be able to implement it. Just sell it, sell it, sell it. Remember, guys, I keep telling you, the person who gets the grant when it comes to this stuff like this is just who's going to get the most compelling story. Okay, give a good story. Okay, all right. Great story. Remember that, guys. Remember, it's not for you. It's for the person that's going to give you the money. Okay, so just remember that compelling story. Okay. Next, how do you make a positive impact on the community through your core business? Select all that apply. There you go. Here, create underserved, create jobs for underserved communities, pay employees a living wage or above. Some good stuff here. Okay, and you can select all that apply. In addition to your core business proposition, does your company do anything more for the community? Select all that apply. There we go. Donate, volunteer, host community gatherings. There you go. Always remember, guys, they're gonna come back with the same thing. Elaborate on it. Okay. Elaborate on the positive impacts your business to your business in the community of 200. I'm sorry, I'm reading too fast. Elaborate on the positive impacts of your business to the community in 200 words or less. Been a long day, everybody. I apologize. Again, we're going back to the whole point where you're giving these responses here that ask you to substantiate it. Okay. Make sure you tell them a good story. Okay. Make sure you tell them a good story there. Okay. And if you ask to be something that's somewhat verifiable, give them something that you can, okay, substantiate it with. Okay. But listen, guys, please just don't say, something, we just helped the homeless. We gave coats out. Say that, but put a little flavor to it. Okay. This is what's hurting most people that are applying for these grants, because these aren't your typical grants where you need um, a grant writer or anybody to sit here and go through all the rigors for you. You can do this yourself, but you just put any simple statement down. Okay. Tell us more about yourself. Why did you become a small business owner? What made you start this business? What role do you play in the community in which you operate? Again, break it down, write it out on a scribble paper, each one of the responses. Kind of just start looking at, you can add a little flavor, a little spice to it. Okay. All right. Compelling, elaborate. Okay. What else should we know about your business or about you? Again, compelling, elaborate. Okay. Next, we're going to compliance. Okay. This is very important. All right. Please declare if you or your company has any conflict of interest. Okay. That being any kind of family member, that being an employee or something like that. You make sure you just check your A and A. If you do, you're probably gonna be ineligible. Okay, so but you have to just explain it right here. But it's probably one of the things with that. And it says no, number 47. Do you agree with the official rules? Say yes, then submit. And it's that simple for the application process. I do want to go over some quick things with you again in regards to these action terms, conditions, eligibility. We went over that earlier. When the period ends, again, you have two more rounds left. One round ending April 7th. The next round, which would be the fifth round. This is the fourth and fifth. That's what's left right now. And that fifth round ends June 2nd. Remember, 30 days after that deadline, then when they'll notify the particular winners, okay? And again, they're determined by the actual needs that they have and the amount of funds they have available to give out, okay? So it's not restricted to just one person going to get the $10,000 grant, okay? So again, this has been all the information here. Again, this is an awesome opportunity for you guys. So I need you guys to really get on top of it and apply. Anything that you don't have that they will ask for or mention in the application, I will try to get. I mean, the most part, you're talking about just social media information and just a quick little website. But again, this is $10,000. Don't let $50 landing page / home page at most hinder you from getting the opportunity to apply for this. Okay. Again, this is the KKR Small Business Builders Grant. We definitely want you guys to take advantage of it. Again, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. You know, Mr. Short Dollar will talk about business, personal finance, entrepreneurship, real estate investing, and lastly, again, to stay updated on more great information, more business opportunities, more grant opportunities, and everything, hit that dollar sign in the bottom right hand corner. Take care, guys.